This is the ANBERNIC RG35XX. So for a while now, I've been wanting to get into the emulation game, and I've tried many things. I've tried Temu, I've tried AliExpress. I really liked the trial and error. I didn't really want to do too much research because I wanted to find it myself, a good device. And then finally, I found this little number. This device is so good for emulation, I can't even fathom it. First of all, let me tell you what I was looking for in an emulator. All I wanted was just a little device that has a nice IPS screen that I can play my Pokemon games on, that I can play my favorite GBA games on, and maybe a little extra. That's all I wanted. That was it. Is that so much to ask for? And for just what I wanted, I felt like I was gonna spend way too much money. I looked into modded Game Boy Advances and Game Boy Colors. They're about 200 to 300 bucks, and that's with an IPS screen, and not even including if you want USB-C charging. And I was like, let me see what else I can find. And then I came across things like the Analog Pocket, $200 that I can play my original Game Boy cartridges on. Really nice screen, really nice design, really beautiful console. But $200? I understand it probably has a lot of power, but much more than what I wanted. But anyway, I was starting to lose hope, but then I noticed that one of my favorite YouTubers, Wolfden, had a video talking about the ANBERNIC RG35XX. And he was talking about it was 60 bucks and it had everything that I wanted it to do. So I was like, why not? So I put it in the back of my mind. Come to find out, I'm on TikTok Shop of all freaking places, and the TikTok Shop is having a sale for like 15% off. And I was like, you know what? It's a little cheaper, and why not? Because I'm cheap. Sabes que? I'm a Mexican. I grew up poor. I try to save money whenever I can. Yeah, we believe you because you bought 3 Switches. I did it for the clout and the content, jeez. But anyway, so I was like, why not? Let's go ahead and do this. But because it was my first purchase on the TikTok Shop, I ended up getting an extra amount of percentage off. Something like 40 to 50% off. I only paid $30. And that's plus shipping, mind you. So I did it, I put it through, I waited, and it actually came pretty fast. Much faster than the estimated delivery date. So I was really surprised. And lo and behold, when I opened it up, this device was just so gorgeous, so beautiful. I went with the purple see-through shell because I wanted it to kind of resemble my Game Boy Color. So when it arrived, I was like, man, this thing is so pretty. I really like the design. I love this IPS screen. I love the brightness. I love that I can play it in the dark. But then it was time to test it. Does it have all of the games that I want? Sadly, it did not, but I could fix that. It came with most of the Pokemon GBA games, did not come with any of the Pokemon Game Boy games. It didn't even come with any big mainline Super Mario games, but it did come with a lot of really good Game Boy Advance games, a lot of good Sega games, some really good Game Boy Color games. So like for 30 bucks, I was like, this is legit. Not to mention it plays PlayStation 1 games, some PSP, some Nintendo DS games. It could play basically anything up to NES to PS1, handhelds included. Not too shabby for this little handheld. I went ahead and I played the Pokemon games first. Oh, it looked incredible on this screen. I'm telling you, one of the big things that was important for me was the screen, and the screen looks incredible. Not to mention that I can actually change the aspect ratio of the screen. I can put little filters on it like dot matrix filter, a scan line filter, and when I change the aspect ratio, I can put a little overlay that says Game Boy Color or Game Boy Advance, and it looks really neat and really clean. So not too bad for a little device. But another thing that was really important to me is that I really wanted to play my favorite Pokemon game of all time, which is Pokemon Blue, and I wanted it to play in color. Every ROM that I find, it's always in black and white, and even on the 3DS, it's black and white. They couldn't add color? Like, what? So it was really important to me that I play this in color, because when I put it in my Game Boy Color, it's in color! So when I put my own ROM in this device, it didn't have the option to play it in color, which I was really hoping was a add-on for this device, but sadly it wasn't. So I was kind of bummed, but then I learned how to ROM hack. Now here's the thing, I have tried and tried and tried in the past to do a ROM hack for Pokemon Blue to put it in color, and I could never figure it out. I don't know if it was just that I didn't have the patience to do it, or I just was so stupid that I didn't figure it out. Even with like the YouTube tutorials and stuff like that, it was like, just follow these instructions. It was never like, you know, this thing where you know, it told you step by step or anything like that. But I was adamant. I was going to make this work, or I would die trying. And I finally figured it out, and it's amazing, and it looks so beautiful. If you follow us on Instagram, you would have seen the story that I put up, that I was so excited about playing Pokemon Blue in HD, 60 frames per second, with beautiful color. I even had the option to do the Gen 2 sprites and Gen 2 color scheme. It doesn't exactly look right like the way I grew up playing it, so I just stuck with like a really nice color scheme with the original sprites. But it's a nice option. It's a nice option to have. But all that to say, I was really impressed with this little device. If you were trying to get into the emulation game at all, this is the device to get. If you want to start off, this is the most affordable thing to do. And this even has an upgrade, I think, but there were some downsides to like upgrading this device. I think it's like the RG35XX Plus. Gosh, they're worse than Nintendo. But anyway, there were some drawbacks to getting the upgrade. It wouldn't do something correctly or something like that. It doesn't have a sleep mode or something. Apparently, this had some firmware updates as well that it came with. I think it's called Garlic OS or something like that. I don't know, for you guys who understand the fancy schmancy firmware talk. Basically, the operating system was upgraded, I believe, and it came with that automatically, I think. Because this has a sleep mode on it, and I'm actually really glad it does. But I highly, highly recommend this device if you want to get into emulation, if you've already got the files. Nintendo, don't come for me. It is a really nice portable device, and I'm just glad that I have it. I feel much better taking this around with me than I do my Switch or my Switch Lite, because those are expensive, man. If you would like to buy this and try this for yourself, I'll be putting the link down in the description below. But what do you guys think about emulators? Do you like them? Do you not like them? Would you rather do it on your PC, on your phone? What is your deal? Tell me, I want to know. But anyway, guys, that's it for this video. Remember to like and subscribe. Remember, we are still partnered with W. If you want to get some energy in you, just use our promo code NIN10 to get 10% off your order. That link will also be in the description down below. But anyway, I gotta get back to playing more games, and I will see you guys on the next one. Ooh, Squirtle.